Let me tell you what happened in an ordinary barbershop on a Tuesday afternoon that made me realize I have no idea what real courage looks like. Because I always thought courage meant standing up, facing things head in the world, not backing down on the floor. Picture a normal barbershop. The smell of buzzruddock, warm air, a space that's been opened dry. For most us, background noise. Almost comforting. For a 7-year-old boy with autism, it's every alarm in his head going off at once. Sounds he can't filter. People he can't predict. A space he can't control. And that's the state he's in when he walks through the door. The barber calls him over. The chair is ready, tall, adjustable, headrest set perfectly, everything in its place. The boy looks at it and freezes. Not stubbornness, not a tantrum, his nervous system screaming, danger. The chair sits high off the ground, he's exposed, everyone can see him. There's no clear exit, no control over anything. His mom tries. Gently, lovingly, with the patience of someone who's been through this hundreds of times before. But the boy pulls back and pulls back again, and then he sits on the floor, right there in the middle of the barber shop, on the rug. He hugs his knees. Try's knees has two obvious options. With patience, maybe a piece of candy, what adults like to call persuasion. He chose neither.
The barber turned off his clippers. He picked up his scissors, his comb, his cape, and sat down on the floor next to the boy. No words, no requound negotiation. He just came down to his level and started working. Slowly, short, predictable movements, pausing before each touch to give warning, letting the boy set the pace. The other customers stopped. Not everyone understood right away what was happening. But there was a moment, and there's always a moment, when the boy looked up at the barber and realized, this man doesn't need me to be anything different. And his shoulders dropped. His breathing opened up, his jaw unclenched. He stayed calm for the entire haircut. Not because he was forced to, because he finally felt safe.
Now I could wrap this up right here and say, what a kind barber, what a story, but that would be wasting what this story is actually about. How many times do we in our homes, in our meeting rooms, in our house lounges, when expect the different person is when really just a different need? This barber had what we call it a problem when it's proto to follow, no one to consult. He just had one simple question in his head, what does this kid need right now? And then he did that. Not what was convenient, not what was normal, not what everyone expected, what the kid needed. Real inclusion isn't having a ramp at the entrance. It's not a policy written in a company handbook. It's not posting a photo on whatever awareness day happens to be as a man sitting down on the floor of a barbershop on a Tuesday afternoon because he understood the problem wasn't to the chair. Ask yourself if you're willing to come down.